Okay, so in our fraction discussion, I like to tie two ideas together that we've seen in this section. The idea of simplifying a fraction and the use of prime factorization. We can actually put these two ideas together to do one or the other. Simplifying a fraction, remember what that means is we're trying to find the common factor, right? What number goes into 36 and what number goes into 54, right? And so we find that number and we divide it out, either using the magic trick or breaking things up. And remember, that's what prime factorization is. Prime factorization takes a number and breaks it up into a product of its prime factors. So we can actually use this to do this. And I would really recommend for those who are new to this or very rusty with your factorization skills and your multiplication tables, you might want to do this for quite a while until you start really getting familiar with the numbers and their factors. So here's a try, all right? So 36. So since I need prime factorization, I'm going to take both numbers and I'm going to prime factorize them. So 36, right, looking at a couple of combos, I know that that's 4 times 9. 4 and 9 are neither prime, so I can go down further. 4 breaks up into 2 times 2, so there's my prime numbers there. And 9 breaks up into 3 times 3. So 36, the prime factorization of 36 is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So there's all the prime factors of 36. We're going to do the same thing with 54, right? So what two numbers multiply up to 54? All right, so it's an even number, so I know 2 goes in there. And then if you do a quick division, 2 goes into 5 twice with the remainder of 1. We got 27. And then 27, right, that's 3 times 9. And then 9 is 3 times 3. So there's all my prime factors. So 54 breaks down into 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. So there's the prime factorization of 54. So now I'm going to come back to my fraction. 36 can be rewritten as that, 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And 54 can be rewritten as that product, 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. So now I've got all the factors of 36, prime factors. I've got all the prime factors of 54. Now we can start to simplify. Because clearly, right, there's a common factor of 3. There's another common factor of 3, right? 3 divided by 3 is 1. And that's pretty much, oops, there's a common factor of 2. And so what's left over is basically 2/3. So 36 over 54 is an equivalent fraction or has the same picture as 2/3. So I definitely simplified that fraction a whole bunch by using my prime factorization. Of course, those who are very, very good, might have saw something right away, right? Let me kind of redo this problem. You might see that 36 and 54 share a 9 in common. 9 goes into 36 4 times, and 9 goes into 54 6 times. So, there's your magic trick getting 4 6. Here, 4 and 6 share a common factor of 2. So the magic trick, right? 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 goes into 6 3 times, and there's your 2/3. So here's the magic trick, but then here's actually using the use of prime factorization. So in the quizzes, I'll be asking you sometimes to use prime factorization to do that. So please make sure you're showing me this. Humor me, but if you know the magic tricks and you have, I'm not forcing you to do prime factorization. There's your magic trick, but we're still, right, there's your 9 that's in common and there's your 2 that's in common. So we're still seeing the idea of simplifying fractions, which is dividing out common factors. We either do it with magic tricks or we break up things in products and divide out the common factors as we go. Next one, 40. Kind of do a division line. 40. Again, prime factorizing 40. Well, I know that's 2 times 20. 20 is 4 times 5. And then 4 is 2 times 2. So there's all my prime factors of 20. Or excuse me, 40. So 40 breaks down into 2 times 2 and then times 5. All right, and so we're good to go there. And then the other number, 75, right, what we have there is 5 clearly goes into there. 5 goes into 7 one full time with remainder of 2. So it looks like 15, excuse me. So that's 15. And then 15 breaks up into 3 times 5. So there's basically our factorization of 75. It's 3 times 5 times 5. So coming back to our fraction, we can rewrite 40 in its prime factored form. And we can write 75 in its factored form. And then we can start dividing out common factors. And looking at our list, it looks like the only factor that's common is 5. So multiplying what's left, we have an 8. And what's left down there is we have an 8/15. So the fraction 40 over 75 is equivalent to the fraction 8 over 15. Their pictures will be the same, even though here we're broken up in different pieces and here we have very small pieces. So that's how you use prime factorization to help you simplify a fraction. Prime factorization breaks each number into its prime factors, and then simplifying, we basically divide out any common factors from the numerator and the denominator, getting us our simplified form. All right, so be prepared to do that on a quiz or two. All right, if I'm not forcing you to do it, yeah, you can use the magic trick. All right, but it's still dividing out common factors. All right, that should wrap that up, and I'll see you guys in another video. Well done.